temporary situation, like, you know what I mean? So it was taking some, it took some getting used to. It's like getting a prison sentence. You know what I mean? You gotta go through
Nah, for real.
you know what I mean? And then you get used to it after a while. You like, I learned my ropes now. You learn how to play the game a little bit of life. You know what I mean? And that's my introduction to life. I've been on my own, like, since I was like first job at 14 years old, been working, buying my own school clothes, doing everything. So I've been really independent. Moved in with my sister at 16. We going half on rent. I'm helping her out with her son. I'm working, going to high school, doing all this, bro, in 11th and 12th grade, playing on 4 different basketball teams. I'm over here running around New York City.
So let's talk about that a little bit. I heard you was the truth in basketball. How was that for you? Like, was you playing varsity? Was you getting scholarships? What was it like playing basketball, man?
Yes, I was.
I heard basketball. I heard you was the truth.
Yeah, I was pretty good, bro. Ask around, please. You know what I mean? But I was
in Atlanta or New York?
Nah, New York, bro.
Okay.
Nah, but I played, and that's another thing. Like, I realized, like, after I grew up, understanding the challenges that I had, like just not having somebody to cheer for you, like, you know what I mean? And I didn't believe in myself as nice as I was, and everything that I'm telling you, like, I was nice. People telling me I'm nice more than I'm thinking I'm nice enough. You know what I mean? Like, so
but
it was
growing up in that system and not used to hearing the cheers or not used to having people coming on you. Nice, but you not understanding how nice you are.
Yeah, and you don't got the same support. You see kids getting new basketball sneakers. They getting their, they got the matching socks. I'm over here just, I'm busting niggas' asses in church socks and just coming home. You know what I mean? Like it was just what it was. But I was nice, So at the end of the day, like, I didn't have that support system that I really needed to really push me to go in the right full direction. So even though I was nice, it didn't never look like it on varsity and college level. Like, it was never that elite, but I was nice enough. Like, everybody, a lot of my friends was like, yo, I thought you was gonna go to the league, bro. I thought you was gonna, so at the end of the day, like, I knew, I felt it, but I didn't really believe in myself enough, and as a kid, I believe that's important, bro. Like, you need that little support system. You need that little push, somebody to just clap for you every now and again, just to let you know you're doing it.
We're going to get into this later, because I love your story. It's dope.
Go ahead, bro.
Do you, going through what you're going through, and your answer is there's no right or wrong. Do you feel it's important to have a support system, a cheering system, and a mom and a dad to encourage a kid? And whatever answer you say is okay.
Okay. I think being a dad and then growing up without parents, so seeing the support that I'm able to give my kids and then understanding the support that I didn't have as a kid, I would say it's like bittersweet, because I feel like everything that I didn't have is what built me the way I am today, but I do wish I had certain things as a kid, so I think sometimes having that too much support, and too, like, you get kind of lazy minded, and I feel like you don't really put your full effort because you kind of got that support system behind you. Some people grow up out of that. I think you're one of the, strong ones that was able to have that situation and still feel like that hunt, that drive, that hunger, that not a lot of people have that. Some people rather lean on it, and that's why we gravitate towards each other, because it's like there's a hunger, like, like we live in the projects on the 5th floor, like we got to get to this shit, and we okay, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think it really depends on the person sometimes, you know what I mean? And I think that's what I learned through the journey. Like, some people be like, you went through hell, you went through a lot. I'm like, bro, like, I don't really.
You don't know nothing different.
Yeah, it's like, I don't really feel that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I wasn't molested. I wasn't done nothing dirty, So
you said it was 6 girls and 2 boys, right?
Mm-hmm. And then I found my other 2 brothers. Well, 6 girls and my oldest brother. And then we found 2 of my other brothers later in life. I was like 18 and 20.
Everybody going to know, was these kids by your father or your mother? Like you said, you find the other kids.
So, the Brady bunch. You know what I mean? We was kind of like the Brady bunch. Okay. So it's the 4, I would say, the 4 youngest were my mom's.
Okay.
And then the 4 oldest
was your pop.
Was my pops.
Okay. So going through foster care, was you able to stay connected with any of them? Okay, let me ask you this question. was you able to stay connected? Did you see any of them? And if not, was y'all able to stay in contact if y'all wasn't at the same foster home?
Yeah, so I mean, and sometimes we weren't together. So some of my sisters, they were grown. Like my oldest brother, he was already out. My oldest sister, she was already of age. Like some of them had to go to group homes because they was too old for foster care. But for the majority, we was able to kind of stay together. And I respected my sisters. Like at the time when we got taken, it was a moment where I was separate, so everybody, if you go to the animal shelter, everybody want the smallest little thing that you could get, right? Well, the big dog is like, come on, take me. So I was like the one that they looking for, somebody young, so they had took me and my oldest sister, she's like 5 years older than us, they put us separately, so they wouldn't eat. They was like protesting until they seen us, like, and that was one of the things, like they really, they held it down at that time, There's more to the story as far as the relationship as an adult, that's childhood. So adulthood is a little bit different, now with the sibling relationship, it's strained, you know what I mean? And one thing that I feel was competition, displayed amongst 6 girls, so I'm sure they was all in competition with each other. I'm the young, small, hanging fruit. I ain't know what was going on in the big party up at the top until I made it, until I made it there. And I'm like, oh, I'm adult now, right? And I'm thinking I'm going to get the clap and come, bro. So that was the next level of, yo, you got to toughen up, D. You got to toughen up. You got to toughen up. Like, because it just wasn't the support. It was more of the breakdown than the support.
And that's unfortunate because I'll say this, like, whatever you are, if you're a male or if you're a female and you're going through things in life and you get to that point where you got to toughen up, because a lot of times what I say is when people put walls up, we make ourselves our own prison. If you put 4 walls around you, if you think about it, 1, 2, 3, 4, you in your own prison. So we thinking like, oh yeah, I'm protecting myself, but at the end of the day, we keep ourselves out sometimes. I'm not saying like everybody does that, but I can understand people that do it because I don't want no more pain. Like, don't nobody want no more needles, no more shots, no more hurt. That shit hurt. So I understand it where people got walls up and they have unrealistic boundaries. Because some people got unrealistic boundaries. I talked about it in my other episode, but there are unrealistic boundaries that people have. But my cousin had to correct me like, yo, you making it about you. It's about them.
There you go, right? So that's what I had to realize, right? And when I started understanding what was going on, like trauma, the word trauma bond, I kind of introduced it to a lot of my clients now. I feel like that's a very important word to understand. That's the one where you feel like it's everybody. It can't be everybody. It got to be me, right? But then sometimes it is that trauma bonding situation where you wasn't exposed to certain things and they have that trauma together, right? So, of course, they went through child abuse. They was beaten by my dad. It just was a lot of stuff going on during their childhood. So I understand why they kind of, struggle with certain things. So I had to go back through the understanding phase, to understand where somebody else is coming from before you start victimizing yourself.
That's major though, because I think we all take a lot of things personal, as in why you acting and why you doing, but we don't go into what you just said. We don't go into the understanding part of what they went through. And at the age I am now, and I understand, like, hold on, they might have went through something. And it's not a comparison because I think in our culture we compare a lot. We don't affect a lot. Meaning my effect on what happened to me and their effect on what happened to them could be the exact same, but the effect was different. And that's why I say you're an anomaly. You're an exception, because I salute people who grow up without parents. Like, salute, because it's such a major thing that in our culture we come from. We're crack babies. Regardless if you're not a literal crack baby, you was affected by the crack era if you was born in the 80s, early 90s. So what I tell people is this: we survived biological warfare. Biochemical warfare. And we think about, like, we be looking at other countries like, oh, they went through this and this and this and this happened.
We going through a lot right here.
If you look at our real culture, the drug epidemic was crazy. No black person came up with using baking soda and cocaine. Somebody had to come up with that.
Yeah.
And to know the effects. So what I know now, it's the same thing as methamphetamines and meth, whatever. When you do crack or you do meth, it takes your decision making cells away, little by little. So you start doing things that you normally wouldn't do. And so I ain't gonna say a lot. Some people have understood that their parents generally love them, but they didn't have that ability to make
Absolutely.
the proper decisions.
There you go. And that's what, I feel like my siblings haven't gone down that journey. I've been down that road, and I understood that. That's separating the parent from the drug. Understanding that was the drug influence, but this is your parent that loved you. And once you get to that understanding, you start to soften up. I call it empathy and sympathy. You start to build for individuals, right? You start to, and that's where the process of forgiveness could start taking place, right?
Bars.
There you go, right? So now you could work on forgiveness. Now that you have that understanding and now that you have that empathy and sympathy, it looks different, right? So I take my clients through the journey of accountability, changing perspectives, and forgiveness, right?
Okay, I'm gonna cut you off. I ain't gonna say I forgive you. No, I ain't gonna say I forgive you. It's a big up. So what he's talking about now, I was gonna get to it later, but he's speaking on it. So we're talking about a man that come through for you, what he come through, been through what he been through, survived. So now he has an anger management company. Let me tell y'all something that's important though. Yeah, not do he have a company, because everybody got a company, right? Everybody got an LLC and EIN. He has a company that is recommended by the city courts. State what that means is this. He's in one of the most predominantly, let me say this properly because I want this podcast to go, predominantly Caucasian areas. And he's one of the biggest recommendations on the board. I'm not going to say the county because I want him to keep getting money. But wherever city you in that's predominantly white, but black people live there, we get money and we go there. He's recommended top 3. He might be top 2.
I think I'm top 1.
He might be top 1. He might be number 1.
Number 1, bro.
I ain't even gonna beat you.
When you sit in front of me, you're number 1.
I know some of his clients. That he to talk to. I know the level that they're on. So we're gonna talk whatever level that somebody that's on. He's been able to sit down. He has an anger management class. Not just a class, but a company, which if you get in trouble for whatever the case may be, and I'm going to use some simple things, domestic violence, anger, DUI, whatever it is where you've expressed anger in a court, feel like you need counseling, he's number 1 in this area in Georgia. So he's number 1. So we're talking about a man who didn't have parents. We're talking about a man who didn't have guidance. And now for anger management, he's able to say, you know what, I've forgiven, I've overcame, and I'm now able to counsel others. I say all to say to set the scene so everything else he say, y'all can kind of understand what's going on. So I'm going to let you continue to speak. I had to let them know.
Nah, and it's real. Appreciate that. We've been in business for next year, it'll be 10 years. You know what I mean? So that's a journey and a crossroad that I was waiting for, to say that I've been servicing, the courts and the county for 10 years, like that's big, and we are pretty much a 5-star business,
They come from other states too. I'm gonna pop my shit a little bit.
Yeah, they do.
They come from other states to come talk to him. He's had some of your favorite people that are quote unquote famous, whatever word you want to use. We're going to use notoriety. I like this word. People that that are notoriety, they come sit down with him. And I can tell you why they can sit down with him, because he's been through it. So when a person has been through it, they have credibility. When you have credibility, that's everything. Every business, if I'm wrong, correct me, is based off credibility.
Absolutely.
So
that's
if
what
there's,
makes you make that decision.
There you go.
To choose you.
Right. So he's been chosen. But go ahead with your story, because you kept saying what you do, and there was no prefix of what you do. We didn't introduce that. So I wanted to introduce,
that's real.
The quality of what you bring to the community, to people, to life, and overcome your circumstance.
Absolutely.
But please continue.
Nah, that and just to give you a little bit more, like that's just the tipping of the iceberg. Once I started that, and that's just one of the businesses. Of course, me and you, bro, we kind of have similar, you know, trends, right? You know, and we kind of in the same market. You know,
You could tell them how we met.
Okay. Now, honestly,
go on and tell them how we met.
Met my bro. You know, the first day, and this is a blessing. You know, it was God sent. You know, we crossed paths on the first day. We both got our dealer's license on the same exact day. Like, that's when we crossed paths. I didn't even know he was in my building until then. So that was a dope moment. You know, and just to see that it was another black brother, that, you know, young black brother, I was like, yo, this is dope. So then after that, we pretty much connected, you know, and then I put you on to anything I could give you, any advice, any.
No, I'm going to tell you what he put me on. That was one of the coldest things, right? I want y'all to go get it, and I ain't getting no promotion for this. I'll call him after this.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him.
Nah, man,
Okay.
come on. That's a secret. That's what I give as a coaching, coaching
Okay.
advice.
Well, listen, he put me on a program that helped make my business better because I was doing everything manually. So he has a tech program that you can actually purchase, and it'll help your business grow. So I'm gonna put the description in there. I'm gonna put the link so that his coaching program continues, which it will.
Because I'll give you the pointers. But I mean, honestly, that's just if you don't know how to pull everything together, bro, it's not. You know, you had everything. That was just like the icing on the cake. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But some people don't have everything, so they still need to know how to plug that into their system, create around that, you know, and make it work for them. So you had everything. You just had to. That was just like the connection.
He made it easier for
Yeah.
me. I was doing it manually, and he was able to come in with tech and automate. So he brought something to me that I can automate what I was doing. When I was manually, literally writing down everything, like all of my people, I'm writing down like da. Like, bro, come holler at me. I'm like, all right.
How long we stayed in the office for?
Was it an hour?
Bro, we was in there all day. Your sister was everybody. Remember that?
Okay.
Yeah, I plugged in with you. I locked in with you. I took a day out and we sat there. I showed you everything. You don't remember that? Like,
no, I definitely remember.
I
but we've been in the office a few times,
Yeah.
I didn't know which one. But no,
that first time,
I
locked in with you that day.
So listen, I'm gonna get some bars, and he ain't gonna be able to tell me to stop. So we created we both was getting what?
The dealer's license?
We was both getting our dealer's license on this day. Like, it's not even like, it's literal. We ran into each other. We got an office manager who's on there. He like, yo, this was going on, woo woo. I'm like, okay, cool. This was going on, woo woo. And we connected, and we helped each other get our license on that day. Because if y'all know, getting licensed in anything is strenuous on a young male. We just put it like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to use race on a young male. It's strenuous on a young male to get. And we was both able to help each other. But because he felt like I helped him more, which I didn't, he said, hey, I want to show you something. I want to reciprocate. And that's what we
Did you hear that beginning that I gave you?
What was that?
My life story, the beginning.
Right.
You gave me something, bro. I appreciate that. And you still giving, bro. And I still appreciate it. Like, it's real talk, bro. Like, I say it in front of everybody. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I appreciate everything that you know, it's a mutual respect. It's iron sharpens iron, you know, and I love that. You know, at the end of the day, that's what it's supposed to be. It's never one man dragging the next man. You know, it's always like we just helping our legs go one step in front of the other so we can keep moving forward.
Well, this is the thing you got to understand. My genuineness is, it might have been 990 more people before you that don't turn around and help out. And I'm not Jesus. I'm not saying that. I'm just going to say the story of when Jesus healed 10 people and only one turned around and said anything. I'm used to looking out and thinking and not expecting. I'm not even going to say thinking, not expecting. When you turned around and said, and you showed me the system that helped my other business. So I had another business. We both had other businesses that helped my other business. I'll say times 20. Like a lot of people say times 10 times. It took me to the point of having to be engaged all day, every day to hit my website.
Yep. Hands off.
Hit my website.
Hands off, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do this. Like I didn't have to be hands on no more. It was probably a good thing. But then that's when I started kicking it.
Yeah.
but the point of it is brotherly appreciation of what we should be doing, camaraderie. We should be able to have the ability to have camaraderie of if I don't pay you. Now, I'm not saying you guys' courses or none of that, but when you meeting people and we just rocking, we can help each other out in life. Like, we can actually make a difference. You made a difference in my life. Your money don't make my money.
Your money has nothing to do with my money.
But it made a difference in my life.
Why would I not want to do that for you? Your money has nothing to do with my money. People just do that and they think it affects them. I'm like, we don't have to be like that with each other, bro. We can show love.
And
why
that's
not?
my goal, bro. My goal is to show love. My goal is to promote. And, you know, this show is normally, and it's still that. But I have older people. My goal is to teach the 25 and younger. Because the 25 and younger still have a chance.
Yeah, put them on the
And I'm not saying people over 25 don't, but at that point, you're in your prime of energy. Y'all going to bed at 1, getting up at 4. Y'all not tired. Y'all can go and go and go. And your mind is working. You don't have no real physical issues if you don't. You know what I mean? So
you still got a couple of years to mess up and get it back on track.
Facts, but this is my thing.
Don't got that.
Like I tell my oldest son, don't experience every experience. Learn from others. You don't have to learn everything to learn. You don't have to get hurt to know that hurt hurts. You don't have to go through the BS to know that that's BS. You don't need to get cut to know that you're bleeding.
Let me tell you something. So I try to help my clients understand that there's a developmental age, right? That you got to be fully developed. So sometimes it's like expecting the chicken, you know, it takes about 25 minutes to 30 minutes in the oven to cook. You take it out in 15 because you're hungry. Who fault is that if you get sick? Right? That's the human process, bro. We can't be expecting our kids or anybody to be fully developed. So I kind of give them that room,
that grace,
to grow, bro. Because now we at our fullest, we at our prime now. This is when our minds is kicking, we running. After this, we gonna start. We got about good 15, 20 years, and we gonna start. It's time to start slowing down, right? It's time to kick back.
Ain't no other choice.
Yeah. Because your body gonna tell you. Right? And your mind, you're going to just start getting tired. Like, so at the end of the day, like, that to me is like, give them that time to go through that learning curve. I feel like you should be,
mistakes.
Work hard, right? Get your work ethic in, learn. I started my business around 28, 29. I'm 38 now. So 10 years, like, come on. Like, that's what you should be expecting. Don't expect no shortcuts.
Let me ask this question, though. Yeah. Because you got a business that most people don't get. And you're able to finagle. What made you start your business?
Good question, right? So I feel like I struggle. I went to school for social work, and through the challenges of life, I had to exit, unwillingly, and I had to put myself on a pause mentally just so I could handle everything because I was paying my own way to school,
right?
And it wasn't easy, I wound up having to take a pause. So I always loved the mental health field. Like I had, social workers, I had people that was around me that helped me through those journeys. So that was always my mindset, getting back and giving back to, kids like that. So I always struggled with anger. Like I grew up with that little bit of resentment, that little bit of like, damn, why my mom and dad, the misunderstanding of what was going on, and I always had that, because I tell everybody anger is a secondary emotion, right? So
what's the first?
Primary emotion is embarrassment, disappointment, frustration. One of these things that we don't choose to express first, right? We choose to cover those things up because it makes us more vulnerable, so we got to cover that, because men not supposed to cry.
He dropping
guys
bars.
Not supposed to do this, right? Like, so honestly, these are the things that I had to understand that it's okay to say, yo, bro, you hurt me, my man. Like, that's what rappers are not doing today. That's what people are not really doing today.
Black men.
Yeah, men. People, they don't know how to communicate, and I agree, men, but I see it a lot in the music industry now. It's like, yo, people are just hurting each other for no reason. Like, they just can't have that conversation with each other and just say, like, this is how I felt. And the other person being able to understand that, you say it in a way where that other person can't understand that, because a lot of times,
said it in a way that they can understand. We talk about that a lot. Elaborate on that.
Because people always try to say things how they hear it, right? Or they try to say it in another language, or they might say it what they think they're saying, and they coming across aggressive. They coming across, belittling, like however they, trying to play the tough guy role instead of just really expressing yourself, telling that person like, this is how I feel, and giving that person the room to apologize. Like, that could solve a lot of issues, bro. You just got to give people a chance to actually express that, and people don't want to take that to the chin. It's vulnerability, right? Especially in our community, black community, like they don't want us to be soft. Like you gotta be tough. You got hard all the time.
I'm gonna say it for our community. We don't want to feel like a bitch.
There you go, right? So you got your, I call these the relationship killers. It's called ego, pride, and expectations. When them things are up too high, is disappointment, bro.
EPE.
Yeah.
Ego, pride, and expectation.
Yeah, it kills all relationships.
So we finna get in the mental health subject, but what you said is expectations. No. Yeah. Ain't no motherfucker. You did the right thing. I'm just saying expectations. I feel like that's one of the biggest communication killers.
Yeah.
Because we said you should know.
Yeah.
You should know what I was saying. Whether it's male or female, male with male, female with female.
Everybody,
in a real
even
life,
parents, bro. Parents
even,
and kids. Kids be like, yo, I expect I'm like, yo, if your mom didn't get apples, how's she gonna pass you down apples?
Not even if we don't communicate. Like our communication.
They don't understand. But it's just people have expectations of somebody, like their parents, to do better. Like, yo, you gotta understand, especially like if, I raise my kids to do better than me, right? To be better than me. That's what I would want, right?
That's a long stride because they got parents. So
right.
that's a long stride.
Nah, but you set them up. So that's the deal. You set them up. If you have parents, you set them up. They don't got to take the long road. I just got to put them in position, and I got to teach them the way to handle what I have for them. And then they're going to be better. You know what I mean? Because now they're able to maintain and probably do some visionary, some futuristic stuff with whatever I got going on, right? But honestly, like, you want your kids to be better, and sometimes people don't realize they mad at their parents because you're better than them. That's the goal. You're supposed to be better than them. Whatever you went through and you made it out, understand that was the goal, for you to be better than them. And now you are. Have some empathy for that. Have some understanding, like, what was the challenges, right? Try to figure out what that is now that you're better than them. Now, if you're below them, I get why you're mad, right? Like, you below your parents, they treat you like shit and you just below. But if you're better than them, understand that there was something that they didn't have to give you.
Now, that's a fact. So let me shout out to my mentor, because we had a event and he did all the shit. Y'all probably seen my event where I made X amount of dollars. And he said, we celebrate the struggle. And we should. Basically, he built 2 tables and it was blocks. One of the tables, he knocks the blocks down. He let the other people build upon. He said, we supposed to build on each other's block. He like, yo, my parents come from a good life. I'm building upon what they got. But in the black community, we love to struggle.
Yeah.
We want to get it out the mud.
Bruh.
Let's build on what somebody else got. And what you're saying is like, yo, I'm giving this to my kids. Not even giving. I'm showing my kids the way so that they have blocks, a foundation that they could build upon, versus no foundation. You know, the hardest thing on the house for real is the foundation and getting a permit for the after the foundation is built, you could shoot that motherfucker
as
to
high
the
as you
sky.
want. Yeah. And that's been, that's been my mindset as far as just making sure my foundation, and I take it a step further, right? Like, I try to connect with you. You got somebody, you got a little one underneath your belt. I'm like, let's put it together where our kids have something to kind of work together with. Like, you got to build foundations, and then you got to also give them the same network that you got. What's better than the network that you started? And it's just like the NBA. Bro, you see how many kids of NBA stars that we grew up to is in the NBA now?
Let me talk about this. Let me say this. So
that's what we got to build.
We're
gonna
jump in this. We already into a real deep conversation. We're gonna jump onto this though, right? We can pull up real numbers and real stats. Y'all can pull it up on your phone. Y'all can look at middle school, high school, and college, right? At a bare minimum, we have 20 million athletes. I'm gonna tell you what they competing for though. You got 20 million athletes.
For 400 spots.
They are competing for 500 spots. So if they're, let's just take the whole 20 million. Let's just say, which is probably more, which we know is more, 20 million of them. And they're competing for 2,000 spots. Let's do the math. I'm going to do the math. But anyway, the NBA is 500 people. Bench players, backup players, all that. Football, baseball, the number 3. So I'm going to give y'all the percentage. So if it's 20 million people saying they going to the NBA, because all y'all kids going to the NBA, NFL, or MLB, 20 million. How do I even do this number? 500. Hold on, 20 million. What do? We divide, multiply. How do we do?
Trying to see how much.
The percent. I'm trying to get the percent because I know it's 0.0 something if it's only 500 spots, do anybody know
Out
how
of
do
20,
we how do we get
20,000?
No, 20 million. That's
20
1%. It's less than
That's
500.
like 0.0000.
I'm trying to figure out the equation. Y'all forgive me. I don't know the exact equation, but if it's 20 million people and it's only 500 spots, I don't know the. But
you can do the math, bro. It doesn't sound to 20 million and 500 spots. That's like you might hit the lotto a little bit better.
No,
right?
it's literally that.
Damn.
So what I'm saying is this, and we'll get
That's
into it a
ridiculous.
little later. Is beyond ridiculous. It's only 500 NBA players. Let's just say it was 10 million, whatever it is. I'm telling y'all right now, it's 0.0 something of people who have the opportunity to make it.
And then everybody's kids that was in the league have the first fucking pick, bro. They get the first pick. That's why we seeing all these Gary Payton Juniors.
Steph Curry's dad.
Yo, everybody's passed down, bro. So like now that shortens your, because they already looking at their kids by the age of 7. They watching
that's a
out
fact.
from junior high
So
school.
my
they
point
watching
of that is possibility versus
250.
probability. We should go off of probability. And I would just say even in relationships, there's a lot of men and women. I ain't even going to say men because men are realistic. But the probability of getting the nigga you want versus the possibility, it's possible. But probable. But we gonna get in the Minhoff. I ain't even gonna go there because I be
We
popping
about
my
to go.
shit.
We about
The mental health. You've been an anger management therapist, coach, business, coaching some of the best, leading some of the best that we know in the industry, hip hop industry, music, politicians. You've sat down with them all. What do you think the solution is? Because this is a solution based. So, what is our solution in your opinion? Your factual data opinion, not just your mind. I think this, but seeing the data, knowing what the data is. How do we help in mental health? We'll stay for men, but we know men and women. But for men, because there's a lot of niggas locked up, not controlling their emotions. What is the solution to help this out, in your opinion, to control the anger part, which leads men into jail, which takes men away from their family, which messes up a whole other generation because they got kids? What should they do? If we can have a quick session from you, we know you charge a lot of hours. What should we do as men to combat, stop the issue, whatever the case may be, when we're embarrassed, what you said is the first thing, when we're embarrassed or our pride is in the way? What do we do for our mental health to help us see a situation, analyze it, and then process it?
So I wish it was simple just to answer, like, shortcut. It's a journey that I gotta take you through. Because it's a mindset that, it has to be created, bro. Like, and I feel like people don't understand, like, it's sometimes. So first of all, you asked me a couple questions, right? And I was listening. You asked me, like, what are some of the challenges that causes men in our community to struggle, right? And I feel like number one is providing, right? Being able to be a strong provider.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, please.
Because what you're saying is more important, but I just got the numbers. The numbers is 0.0025%.
Told you.
0.00025%.
Yeah.
That is astronomically crazy.
Yeah.
I want you to
that's
say,
dope.
But
yeah,
when you're up against certain things, do you really want to bet on that? It's
Yeah.
damn there. I mean,
Yeah,
you
that's
got
what
a
they-
better
that's what they
chance at
making
the
us
crap
believe.
table.
They making you believe that because they know if they make you an entrepreneur, you're unstoppable. So they rather put you in the NFL, make you shoot for a star, and that star's when you get close, that shit is about
Taken
the
away.
eye of a pen. It's a pen cap. Like it's so small.
That's what most of our community is shooting
Yeah,
for, and
and
not
that's-
even just NFL, just
Listen,
life.
you can ball doing it. You can ball doing it so many different ways, bro. Like you could ball. Entrepreneurship to me is one of the best ones. If you're trying to make it, it's so many different ways that you could get to the same result, and you're banking on yourself the same way you're banking on yourself in sports. It's the same way. The same way you put that work in, you got to put the same work in at whatever you're doing.
Okay, so we got that out the way. I just needed those numbers.
Yeah.
So we had somebody give us some great factual numbers. The mental health part of it. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish and elaborate on that because I know it's multifaceted, but you've been an expert. Which I want to say this because I say a lot. Do not listen to nobody that's not an expert in the area. If they don't have the results that you want, like no disrespect to anybody, but if they don't have the results which you want, don't follow them. So let's listen to someone who has the results, the company, and the track record. But go ahead, because mental health, and I'll say this, we are as men told not to say shit, and I'm one of them. Oh, you got me fucked up. Don't worry about it. I'll prove it. I'll show you. I'm not finna say nothing. Or I told nigga today, I'm gonna fuck you up if you ain't got my money, bro. Because I feel like you playing with me. And my sister was like, bro, why do you want to go back to jail?
So that's what they I don't like to say they. Let me, honestly, like I feel like a lot of our struggles is before our upbringing, and I think a lot of it is to go back to slavery, and I try to help people, I don't really bring this up in our sessions, but I'm just speaking about it. I feel like, I feel like it's the truth. Like, honestly, bro, people, like, from slavery, we was designed to go against each other. We was split up, we was divided. That's why we have strong black women, that's holding down the fort, and that's why men don't know what their position is sometimes in our community, is because we was broken down as a family. So that's what I feel like is just the lingering effects. It's like an earthquake in the water, and this is just the ripple waves.
And you can't stop it. Once it ripples.
You can stop it. It's just going.
How you gonna stop a wave?
Let me tell you, you got after a certain amount of time, it loses its momentum, and you can kind of, affect it a little bit different.
So let me ask a better question. You go ahead. No, go ahead.
Nah, because I was going to tell you, like, honestly, it also comes to a point where we become grown men and we can make conscious decisions. So there's an opportunity there as well for you to choose a different route.
So you know me, I jump out the window about whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So the circumstance I just said, I sold a nigga a car. Mm-hmm. He still owe me some money. Mm-hmm. He's a lame, and this is my opinion, and I'm gonna stand behind it. We as real niggas gotta keep we gotta keep our neck on lames instead of going at lions with lions. We gotta keep eating the antelopes. I think the lions is fighting the lions too much, and we gotta eat the antelope. You a lame. Mm-hmm. I feel like, and I want just give me a small.
I got you. I'm a dealer too. Dealer to dealer.
Right, but I need the anger management part.
I got you.
I'm gonna really fuck Holmes up, bro. I'm gonna really snatch him. I already
For how
been
much
to
money?
his house.
Let's be honest.
I ain't want to talk about because
all right. Is it in a four figures?
No, it's under $1,000. Hold on, let me explain. It's under $1,000.
I understand.
The point was this: I told him before he took the car, bro. He said, "I'm gonna have your money this day, a couple days away." I said, "Listen, bro, just come back. If you ain't got the money, just come back. That's cool. I'll hold the car." I got it. Boom, boom, boom. I know him a little bit. Like a real little bit. I don't know him. I know of him. We've done a little bit of business together in other areas. Long story short, had my motherfucking money is what I told him. I said, bro, don't play with me because I'm coming to see you. Today I go damn near kick his door in, beat his door down. He don't answer. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. And I know me even talking right now is crazy because I know my situation. But it's just like for me, and everybody probably feel like this. Don't play with me, bro. It's not even the money at this point.
Yeah.
I feel disrespected. So
let me tell
use
you
your skill set to help me.
Yeah, I got
help
you,
myself.
Bro. And thank you for allowing me to, because I feel like I gotta give this to you. Like, I don't want you to get into a situation that jeopardizes it. When it's too heavy, you give it to God, bro. You over here fighting something that's not your battle. You gotta understand there's different bank accounts out here in this world, bro, that get deposited and get withdrawals, right? And I'm telling you, I tap into the top. Like, and that's when shit is done wrong to me, bro. Like, I really I understand, like, yo, they getting withdrawals. Like, this shit, they gonna be stuck somewhere in life. Like, it's gonna come back and bite them on the ass when this shit happens to them. So I can't fight every battle, bro. At some point, you gotta give it to God. And when it looks like something that you can't put your finger on, and it's gonna, you forcing your will, you doing too much.
What if you feel like I know I can whip his ass and I'll be happy?
But you're doing too much. Yeah, that's your pride being fed, and that's an illusion. There's nothing real. If I call you a bitch right now, the only thing that can make that real is you. I'm a bitch.
Hold on.
I'm a bitch.
Say that again.
You see?
Say that again. Ooh, that was a bar.
If I call you a bitch, the only person that can make that real is you, based on your response.
y'all hear that? Hey, listen, I'm getting counseling right now, and I mean, it's a
I had to
little
learn
bit
how to
of-
shake a lot of shit off. But you know that, bro. Like you success, you get that energy. I
Bro,
understand certain
the
things
money-
trigger you.
The money
you know?
that he owes me, I'll eat it.
Bro,
Like,
it's
no, literally,
it's
I'll
right
eat
there on
it.
the mic.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. It's the
But
mic.
it's my pride.
But let me ask you,
probably.
let me ask you a question. Does your son know his name?
Nah,
Does he give a fuck?
nah.
He want his who? His daddy.
Dad.
That's all that matters.
I just had my and the crazy thing. I'm gonna tell you crazy, right? This is a crazy part. I just pulled up to this nigga house with my sister and my son in the car.
Yeah, risking it all. For what?
Listen, on this show, it's the ugly truth. So
Come on, boy.
y'all know
I'm gonna
the
challenge
last
you, man.
episode, my cousin just checked me like, hey, you making it about you, it ain't about you. I be feeling some type of way about niggas playing with me about my motherfucking
Yeah, that's just
money.
your pride.
It
It's
ain't
okay.
no real money though. It's just that so this is how I think. I'm gonna tell you how I think. If I let him get away with it, he gonna allow somebody else to get away, and they gonna allow somebody else to get away. Then it's gonna turn to a snowball effect.
That's not how God works.
Go ahead, talk to me.
That's
'Cause you
not
know
how
I love
God
the
works,
Lord.
bro.
Talk
You
to
gotta
me.
understand, like, he don't work like that, bro. He's gonna turn his back on you. That's blessings. It keeps happening. That's blessings, bro. God don't bless that. Something's gonna stop that shit. And it's gonna pause right there. Boop. And you ain't gotta be the one to he gonna come across the wrong one. And you ain't the wrong one, bro. You the right one to stay right in your position.
I was the wrong one. I was at a nigga door with a
You
camera.
don't need, yeah, but that's making
I don't
your
need
ego.
to be. That was
Yo, bro,
ignorant.
that
That was
shit.
my
Yeah,
ego.
what
That
are
was
you
my ego and
doing?
my pride.
What are you doing?
Guess you playing,
I'd
bro.
have grabbed you by the ear. Come on,
Right.
yo, what are you
Cause
doing?
Playing with me, bro.
Yo,
Like,
that's
this
not
the
that's
thing.
not.
And,
So let me tell you, what I help people do in there, right?
okay.
I call it, and this is the second step, right? Is accountability the first one. The second one is changing perspectives, right? There's a childhood perspective and there's an adulthood perspective,
Bars.
right?
Big
So
bar. We dropping bars.
I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all guys a little insight. Take this one to the head, right? So honestly, like they confuse them all the time, bro. And that's what messes us up. So your pride is probably from a childhood situation. You're a grown ass man.
I'm gonna tell you what it's from. I'll tell you on
ahead.
the show what it's from.
Yeah. I mean,
It's from having a good heart because I never should have gave him the car.
yeah, but let me say
I never should even gave him this shit. Not having what I wanted, I would have never been in the position.
Let me
And the
tell
money
you,
don't even
yes.
matter. It allowed my pride to come into effect
Yeah.
because I told her, I said, listen, bro, don't play with me. Have my money. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
That we signed in the paperwork, and I'm telling him this,
Yeah.
like, bro, if you don't have, but what I realized, like I tell other people, I said, bro, you think they playing with you? They'll play with God Himself. They'll play with
Yeah.
anybody. They're not just playing with you.
Bruh.
They're in a position where they like, hey, if I can get this, I'm gonna get over.
You know how I owe money? You know how I owe people money? I mean, how I lend money, should I say? Not owe money. Lend money. If you ask me for 100, I'll probably give you 40 until you go find the rest. I'm not giving you all of it. That means you come back again and ask me for more.
Bars. That's the
Think
third
about it.
bar in 2 minutes.
I'm just being honest, bro. Like, this is how I give money. So I give you $40. That means I ain't got no more to give you. Don't come back my way. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got to understand, like it doesn't, like, people would do it to anybody. And sometimes
Anybody.
if they
I
owe,
need to preach to
if they
myself.
owe, bro, they behind 2 times. They getting the money for which they got to pay somebody for, and they taking it from you. Don't expect that shit back. That's why I don't do a buy here, pay. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not chasing nobody for a car because you're buying something that you can't afford. So you got to understand that's what, and you got to also be understanding, bro. Like, if you doing something out of kind hearted, don't hold the door for somebody expecting a thank you.
Damn, that's the 4th bar.
I'm being
I was
honest.
just expecting.
Yeah,
Because it's
high
close
expectations,
proximity.
bro.
I gave him my expectations. Have my
Relationship
mother
killers.
money.
Relationship killers.
It's money, bro. With me, it's
Ego,
money.
pride, and expectations. It killed that relationship because you expected something back.
No, I called him today. I let you. I'm gonna fuck you up when I see you,
Yeah,
boy.
but yo, you're gonna lose. Listen, that's accountability, bro. You got the right. That's your choice. But who's gonna be affected by it? Whatever comes behind that, your son, bro.
I don't plan on the police coming around, but you right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all
Listen,
right
you
now.
punch somebody. I
It's
had
the
people
ugly
come into the
truth, you
car.
right.
You
Nah,
punch
I got
somebody, they
plenty-
hit their head on the side and they die.
Nah, I mean, I got
The wrong
cases
way.
of fucking people up, and I gotta go to court. And it's
You mean you
about
bite
nothing.
their ankles? I'm messing with you.
Nah, I really to fuck people up, court cases, and gotta go to court. I'd have been to trial.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas, bitches, can't nobody play with me. But what you saying is right. It's It's ego, like
Yeah, it's illusions, bro.
It's
not
it's
real.
perspective. Excuse me.
Nah.
It's perspective. Don't play with me, bro.
That's not even perspective.
Like, stop
This different.
playing
That's
with
the
me,
wrong
bro.
perspective.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It might be the wrong perspective. You playing with me, bro. I will fuck you up about this. I know niggas that die for less.
But you gotta understand, he sold himself for whatever that amount was to be in connection with you. You gotta understand, you got value. You devaluing yourself and you going down to a lower value.
Low
And I'm
vibration.
like, what is that?
You right.
Like, how you lowering yourself to that? Like, that
You
should be a
Nah,
write-off,
you
bro.
right.
Like,
Bro,
yo,
listen. Fuck that
I had a
shit
situation
ain't
where, yo,
nothing.
somebody took $250 out of a business that we started, bro. You think I'm crying over $250? I cut the business off because you stole $250. Now we have $4,000. Like, you gonna take whatever you want. So I learned from that. I ain't crying over the $250. Take that shit.
And go about your business.
Yeah, get the fuck up out of here, boy. I learned my lesson. We got thousands in there. You know, we working with different numbers and
So
we able
the
to
moral
work.
of the
you know?
story is,
Sorry.
if you don't feel like you could lose it in Hebrew, if we going too long, let me know when we at an hour. If you can't afford to lose it, or if you can't, because at the end of the day, this is the crazy part. Y'all gonna be like, nigga, you crazy. It's not that I really don't care. It's that I said when he gave me the money he gave me, if this all I get, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I said it. I was like, if this all right, bet you'd have gave me what I wanted, but you owe this.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be my street mentality that I'm trying to get out of. If you owe me,
You have
nigga,
to
you
choose.
gotta pay me, nigga.
Bro, you gotta choose
On
who
your
you want to
neck.
be. That's the thing. And that's what holds us back sometimes.
It do.
Like, we gotta let that side of us. It's not like, you keep your awareness, keep your, your sense.
I don't even like the street shit no more, bro. I think that shit
the way
lame
you
as
handle
hell,
it,
bro.
yo, you risking more than anything, bro.
About
like,
nothing.
bro.
About a pair of shoes.
That
I
you
got
could
a
sleep.
couple pairs of shoes for my son.
Bruh, it's not, that you could get, and you're gonna make that money back. I done lost money and I made that shit back the next day. Like, yo,
Bro,
why am I
made
even
that
stressing
shit
over this
back
shit?
Times 1,000, literally. What he owes me is under 1,000. So we
Yeah,
already
that's not even
know.
no money, bro.
That's not no money.
To risk it all,
it's-
and that's when you're probably gonna get you in jail, and that's what you come see Brother Dave. You know what I mean?
So when you go to jail, they request anger management at
You
this
gonna know
court,
who to
and then
find.
you
You
gotta
gonna-
go see Dave.
You gonna know who you. Yeah, they'll know when they have to enter that world. But other than that, you good.
Okay.
Okay.
So we covered mental health just a little bit, right? So just a little bit. So if y'all want to get with Dave, we're gonna put the link in there because y'all gonna need anger management like me. I need anger management because I'm definitely not happy with the situation. So we talking about a man who come from where he come from, did what he did, able to survive. Now that you have started your anger management company, you got a call lot. You dibbled in the trucking industry.
Party.
Now let's party buses. Now let's talk about us just a little bit before we. Now we in real estate, man.
Okay.
How you feel about real estate?
I feel good, man, and I appreciate everything that you put me into. Like, my boy is the guru. Like, you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta put it on, and that's what I feel indebted again. Like, I feel like I gotta help you make some more money. You know what I mean? Like, because you put me on the game, bro, and that's real, recognized real, and I appreciate that. But it's a challenge. You know what I mean? It's new. It's scary territories. Right, so you see me over here losing my cool, my underarm sweating, you know what I mean? Because honestly, it's new. But honestly, like, with somebody, I feel like if you get the right person, the right mentor, the right person that, and somebody that's actually doing it, I feel like they can make it a lot easier. And I appreciate you for doing that. I think that's important in our community to be able to do stuff like this. It's showing people that we ain't got to be competent. Bro, we car dealers. We both got party buses, and we're not competition. We're working together in real estate.
Right.
Like, that has, it
So
doesn't
what
have.
he said was
Yeah.
important. There's no competition. So what's going on right
We
now?
share game with each and every one of them, like, to
he
each
got
other.
a house, right? I don't call them mentees. I call them connectors because I just sell connections. He connected. He got a crib. And the thing that I can praise him about is this house is a honorable house because I set a record. We set a record. We was able to finish the house in 8 days.
Yeah.
That's my record. Before it was literally 2 weeks. That's 14 days for people that don't know how to count weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We got done in 8 days. We've had 43 or 44 showings,
Facts.
4 different offers. You dig what I'm saying? Out of all these showings. And so for me, I'm my pride is in this. My pride is to show somebody else, like, look at this shit. Look at what we can do as a team. Look at what I'm showing you that I've done, that we're doing, that we can do together. And I understand where he's coming from, because when you're doing real estate, like anything else, nothing is for sure. You know what I mean? Nothing is absolute, but
no guarantees and nothing.
It's an absolute. So I shout out to Robert Kiyosaki. There's no such thing as a bad investment. It's a bad investor. He rock with me. I under promise and over deliver. There's nobody in this game that's gonna tell you that he rehabbed the house in 8 days, bro. Nobody. I watch all the gurus. Nobody's telling you.
We did like the
buy a house,
HGTV
and even
network.
Hey, HGTV with the edit. We did the edit because that shit be taking 2 months. We edited this shit in real life. It's done. This nigga like, damn, we done?
Yeah.
And I be on his ass, though. I'm gonna tell you, if you sign up with me, I'm on your ass. Why? It's not for me to personally be on your ass on some ego. Nigga, I need you to be the best at what you're doing. I need you to understand how this game is going. I need you to understand that the market can change at any day. So our goal is to get this shit done as fast as we can with the best quality and get it sold as fast as we can. That's the game. Shout out to my partner, Justin Giles.
One question for you real quick. So I ain't asked you this before. So how do you think I handled the first process, the first house? How do you think? Be honest.
You want to be honest?
It's okay, man. Listen, everybody got to start somewhere. I'm a professional in a lot of things, but this is new. So go ahead, be honest.
You would do what you say, but
what?
No, you would do what you say. I gotta put a but in there.
Okay.
The rebuttals was just, I'm gonna tell you, for me, it was aggravating because this is my player partner. So it was just like the nervousness of what's this, what's that, or do this and do that. And we had the conversation. We've had it on the phone. Like, bro, you can't keep telling me you busy and you want to do business. Like, so he did. If he say he gonna do it, he gonna do it. It was the, hey, we gotta do this, and then I gotta hear 10 minutes of why he not finna do it. I'm like, bro, god damn, bro. Like,
but I got it done though. I got it done. At the end of the day, I get whatever he asked me to get done. I got it done.
He gets it done. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but you gotta look at it from an egotistical, prideful, narcissistic, pompous nigga, as y'all want to call me. When that comes into play, it's like, man, fuck it, what?
He's the right person to match my energy, because he helped me understand, and that's what I appreciate, bro. Like, you match my energy. I think I also match your energy. You know what I mean? Where we match each other's energy. And
iron sharpen iron, as you said earlier.
We was able to get
overall great.
Thank you.
The small shit, which I be trying to tell him is important. Put the what I tell you to put on. Or what I asked you. This nigga got me saying, ask me, not tell me. I be laughing, bro. I be like, oh my God. This my nigga. You're cover play. Go ahead, tell him. I'm hard. No, tell him I'm hard. I'm hard,
He got the Napoleon complex a little bit.
I'm hard.
He come out his little F-150, jump down with both legs.
250.
Oh yeah, the 250. Sorry, he jumped down with both legs.
6.0.
Can't see his head no more when he come around the hood, but he come. He honestly, he gets you to.
What do I want though? What's my
that's how we was able to get it done in 8 days. So I can't really say too much, bro. Like, that's how we was able to get it done in 8 days and make it look like that, because you helped me understand what time to turn it up, like, and how I had to move in certain things. Now, you saw I went to the house, I just showed you, like, yo, bro, I'm here.
I'm here. Hey, I got on this nerve so much. He like, you ain't even asked me to be here, nigga. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm just checking on the house.
So I don't mind, because I know what it is. It's like a coach. Nigga, I'm on your ass. And shout out to Deshaun Jackson and RP to his father. By the time he got to, I think it was high school or college, he like, nigga, we been here. I don't want you to be in a position where it's like, all right, what we do now? Nigga, I want you to be ahead of the curve.
There you go.
I want you to already know. I don't care if I get on your nerves, if I aggravate you. I want you to know, when we doing this shit, nigga, we want to do this shit at the highest level.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? I'm not just trying to do this to say that we doing real estate.
You don't do it for second best. You do it for
I'm doing this at the highest level, bro.
Yeah.
And we pick houses that we could do the shit. Yes, I got on this nigga's nerves. I caught him. I'm with my wife. I don't give a fuck. Not that I don't give a fuck about his wife or kids. Shout out to his wife and kids. I don't give a fuck what you got going on.
That's
you signed
mindset.
up for this.
Yeah,
do
that's
this.
the mindset you gotta have, and that's why we got the house done in 8 days. Like, and we on the market and we ready to get it done. You know,
yeah. We got contracts coming in.
That's it.
Like we got to pick which one we gonna take right now.
That's
and literally, let me see. The 17th. Today's the what? The 25th. Today's the 25th. We closed on the 17th. We was done before the 17th of August. Today's the 25th.
We just done like the second, third.
Yeah,
third
like I don't even know. Let's be realistic. We closed on the 17th. We got offers. It's the 25th. We're not even a month and a half in, and we going hard in the paint. And we got offers that we could take right now. That's because he worked with me. He listened to what I was saying, even though he was grudging about certain shit. Yeah, because he asked me what I did, like how did he do? Yeah, you did this. It's the small things, and now I understand females. The small things is gonna make the difference. Like I was telling you, hey, put that cover plate on, fix this, cover that floor up, do this, put these handles on, because we sell to women, and women are particular. Women are looking for shit for their families, and I'm gonna be honest with you. No disrespect to y'all, I love y'all. The way that they see a house or a car, that's the best it's going to ever be, because it's never going to be like that again. It's going to get ran down. You have never sold a person a car and went back a year later and looked better.
Unless it's a guy. Guys take care of their stuff, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, we like them shit, you know what I mean? But I agree, and I think, you know, like, people got to understand the way to move is going to be the level of success that you're going to obtain.
But you made me a better coach. You made me a better person. I don't even like to call myself a coach. I like to just call myself like somebody who gets shit done. You made me better because and you said, like, bro, you got to learn how to communicate better, because I'm a man. What the fuck is you doing? Come on, da-da-da.
Yeah.
And there's a way to say what the fuck is you doing without saying what the fuck is you doing. I learned from him. Everybody around me, I learned from.
Because I want you to climb certain heights and deal with certain type of people, and you can't talk to certain type of people just any kind of way. So are you going to always stay within this level of clientele, or just, you know, I want you to grow too. So that's what I had to learn how to, and that's why I was going to tell you, like, it was just a learning curve, and I was able to handle the way you communicate to help you understand, like, nah, we gotta change up just a little bit, you know, like.
And he said that, he like, bro, just a little bit, bro.
Just a little bit.
You ain't gotta do
I ain't trying to change you too much, bro. You gotta at least say,
I'm just
please or thank you, because you got me.
I'm just mad aggressive, and all I see is the goal. All I see is the end goal.
I was about to get the black apron and put it on, bro. I'm like, yo, you got me as the help. God damn it, you know, I can't do this shit.
He put his money up. He put all his own money up.
Come on.
He did all his own shit. I'm still on his ass like he ain't put nothing up. Why? Because I'm in the mindset, nigga, I'm Nick Saban of this shit. I'm like, hey, we gonna get this shit done. Fuck the fun. Not fuck the family, but fuck what you got going on. Get this shit done, because this shit
put a lot of money
is gonna allow you. So it's like this, right? If you invest this much and I'm gonna get you this much, I'm like, nigga, you gonna get this much if you don't do this much. This little bit of shit will fuck up this much. So you like, nigga, that ain't shit. I'm like, nigga, it's something. Yeah. It's something. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? It's gonna add value. That little bit of shit, that did you make your home add value when you first start dating? You dig what I'm saying? Like, that did you eat for us? Can I cook for you? That little bit of shit, and she already cooked. It's gonna add value. So that's the thing that I tell anybody around me, like, add value to whatever situation you're going to. What he teaching me is communication and comprehension. I don't know how long it's gonna take, because I'm still aggressive than a motherfucker. Like, I'm still on niggas' ass about this shit. Like, I got somebody else.
But you had no reason to be like that. You sit in your own situation. You wake up to your own world every day. Like, where's the appreciation that God gave you, bro? Like, I ask people, who is your God?
I think that's my appreciation of not playing what he gave me. I think that's not how
that's the misinterpretation of the word, bro. Because you crying over spilled milk.
The milk ain't spilled yet. You tipping it over, and I'm on your ass.
It's already. He ain't giving you that money, bro. Like, just count that shit off. It's gone.
Oh no,
it's spilled.
We're gonna have the conversation after this, because I still ain't calmed down. Like, I'm still gonna snatch on him. He gonna have to talk to me after this show and be like, "Hey, listen, you nigga. Last time I talked to you, nigga, you was just getting out for some bullshit. Like, relax, nigga." Chill. He gonna have to give me a theory, because at this point, nigga, you owe me, nigga.
Listen, the choice is your choice.
Get me, nigga.
I tell everybody, yo, I don't chase nobody, bro. I let everybody. I love when people make their own decisions. If you like it, I love it. right? And I let you make it as long as you're comfortable with it, right? As long as you can sit back and kick your feet
It's
up
a
in
simple
that,
battery.
in that, all right, if you're okay with that.
$500, I'll be
Yo,
out.
I
in a
tell
couple
people that
hours.
all the
Simple
time.
battery,
Listen,
bro.
you might get that asshole judge. He just got into a fight with his wife. He came to work 30 days.
You might. I know I ain't got life. Anything I
Trust
do.
me, I get it all day. I'm like, for this, you got 30 days. All right, yeah, I'm telling you.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to beat you up for 30 days. I ain't got 30 days to beat you up, bro. Like, the money ain't worth 30 days.
I had somebody that came in today. His whole life changed in 30 days, bro. He went from having to figure out how to get a car, a job. Like, life changes in 30 days.
For what Wallow say, for a split for 19, 20, 30 seconds. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna snatch you out your, like, bro. I was at this nigga house like this. No exaggeration on my mother. I'm like this, bro.
What are you trying? What is it trying to? What?
It ain't no proving.
It is proving.
Playing
something.
with me, bro.
All right. So what are you trying to prove?
Playing, bro.
What are you trying to prove?
I want my motherfucking money. That's what I want,
no,
bro.
You don't need the money though. If
What do you
needed
mean?
it,
I can use it.
No, that's two different things. No. I can
bro.
use and I need is two totally different things.
No, it's not that I need
I can
it.
use gives you an option and a way out.
Right.
Right? You can get out. I can use it, but I can.
Well,
I'm good.
There's people in my life that need the money, and I'm
Can
like,
you-
I don't want to
oxygen.
take out my account.
Oxygen. Can you use it or do you need it?
I need it.
Or can you use it? All right, my nigga. So it's a difference between
It's definitely
what you.
a difference.
you don't
I don't
need it.
need it. I want my motherfucking money.
So you got to figure out what's the value that you're willing to give up for that, because that's what's going to push you to that level. It's going to make you make that decision like, yo, what level do I got to go? You know? Like, what level I'm willing to go to get that shit back?
Listen, man.
Yes.
Shout out, if you want to put your businesses out here, your social media. I think they need you because you coaching me right now. And I'm a very hard client. I know I'm a hard client because if I had anger management, I come in like, hey, bro, what the fuck going on, bro? Like, come on with this shit, bro.
That's like trying to sell something and the first thing you get is a no. Bro, I'm expecting that. Like, yo, yeah, so you expect that, you know how to maneuver is the conversation.
But you got it, because you conversate with me and you know how to calm me down for the most part. I'd be like,
if it makes sense, you can't fight it. Right? People fighting things that make sense. That shit don't add up.
Sense.
Come on, how you gonna fight shit that makes sense?
They do every day.
Yeah, but now you shut the fuck up. I'm gonna say this real quick, right?
Go ahead, drop some bars.
I saw this meme, right? And it made so much sense. A tiger, and did I tell you this? No. A tiger and a donkey, they were arguing.
The donkey of the grass is
green. You read that? You heard that one?
Go ahead. Explain it to it. It don't matter if I read it.
It was
Explain
crazy
it to the community.
because it was just funny. Like, and I'm sure people seen it, but it was just funny to me. Like, yo, it's so true. So
no, explain it to them.
The tiger and the donkey, they were arguing over whether the grass was green or blue, right? So donkey's over here saying that the grass is blue, right? And the tiger's like, yo, the grass is green, right? So they went to the lion, the king of the jungle, right?
Leo season
with a little K. He got a little K. I mean, lowercase K, but nah. So pretty much, they go to the lion, right? And the lion's the head of the jungle, right? So the donkey goes to the lion, and he's like, is the grass blue? The grass is blue, and the lion's like, yeah, the grass is blue. He was like, I want you to punish. The donkey said, I want you to punish the lion. He's like, okay,
the tiger.
Sorry, the tiger. Yeah, the lion. The donkey said, I want you to punish the tiger. So the donkey was like, all right. I mean, the lion said, okay. The donkey left, and the tiger was like, lion, you know the grass is green. He was like, yeah, I know the grass is green. He's like, I'm only punishing you because why you arguing with a donkey? He's like, yeah, with a fool. You know the grass is green. Why do you a strong tiger like you arguing with a little ass donkey that don't know shit? That's why you getting punished. You know what color the grass is. Why you arguing with somebody? So I have to understand that's the rule to the game,
right,
bro.
Man.
Don't argue with these little niggas, bro. You bigger than that, bro. You
got
with a donkey, bro.
3 days. I'm gonna give him 3 days. If he ain't got my money in 3 days, I'm gonna let it go.
Yo, tax write-off. It's a loss, bro. You do profits and loss. You bigger than that. Come on, man.
Fuck Sam.
Come on.
But I got you. I got you. If you want, do you want them to know where you at though?
Y'all can follow me. I'm not big on social media. I'm more big on person. You know, if you want to
your business.
Yeah, but the business, the business is Kyle Banger Management Company, LLC. If you Google it, you'll find us. You know,
I just Google it. If they go to what court?
You can go to any court.
Right.
We nationally certified as well. So we get clients from California. We get clients from all over the U.S.
That part.
Alabama, Florida, all that stuff. So we deal with all 50 states.
If you like me and you got anger issues and you've been court summons, because niggas like us can only be court summons to go sit down and talk to somebody like my man Dave.
And we do virtual sessions, so that's a good thing. You know, so you could definitely tap in if you out of state and you want to do a virtual session. We could do that too.
Okay, well listen, man. We done heard the story from the man, the myth, the legend. Somebody that I salute for not having parents, because my father is gone, my mother is still around, which I'm greatly appreciative of, who was able to come from New York. He saved from Harlem. He saved from Harlem.
I got tattooed all over my body, boy.
Saved from Harlem, right? We're going to have to ask who Harlem. We're going to have to ask Jim and Cam if he from Harlem. But on a serious note, to come from where he come from, been through what he been through, be able to create what he create. I hope that's inspiration for folks out there who may be going through something, that can look at their situation and get motivation, and not just motivation, but inspiration, because inspiration lies loaded than motivation. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is forever. Inspiration is something that you can always try and pull from. Take that and be encouraged and do what you designed to do, because he was able to overcome challenges and things that most folk are not. And I always respect, like I got a high respect for people who lost even one parent at an early age, let alone two. So tap into him. Cobb Anger Management.
Appreciate
Dirty South Tours is his bus. He in Atlanta. You dig what I'm saying? Any sale calls. Family man, wife, kids. So y'all make sure that y'all tap in, rock in with him. If what he says registers with you, connect. Like get the information, apply the information, and get the wisdom, because wisdom is only information and knowledge applied. You can't just have wisdom and say, oh, I know that. That's not wisdom. That's just information. But once you take the information and you apply it, then you can rock with wisdom. Yeah. But if you got any words you want to say, and I'll say this for the young black man who we'll pull a pistol out in a minute, we'll hurt, we'll do this, that, and the third when we know it's ego driven or pride. What encouragement can you give them before we get up out of here?
I would just say, to them, just think first. Like, you got a future ahead of you, and sometimes you don't want to jeopardize that future that you definitely have ahead of you for a couple of just your ego. That it doesn't take nothing from you. Like, anything that somebody does, you could always get it back. The only thing you can't get back is time. So if you want to jeopardize your time for something that you could probably work harder and get back, then that's on you. That's your choice. But if you want to live long and be prosperous, I feel like, sometimes you gotta let certain things go and add value to the things that you may not see yet. Add value to your future, add value to your family, add value to that, and that's gonna make you make a better decision. So
salute. Shout out to my man Dave. Shout out
Appreciate
to
you,
Cobb Anger Management, nationally known.
Yeah.
The conversation was dope. The jewels that was dropped. Mental health is important for us black men. We ain't got to crash out about something under $1,000. Create your family. Your future is important. And man, we on the ugly truth, man. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tap in, man.
I appreciate you.
Oh boy.
Yep, that was dope. Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro. That too, man.
Ugly truth.
How that look? It was looking